Hey, folks, how's it going? And it's about that time for another review. Right, old school day. Going back to old school. And what we have here is the Plantin Provante right here. A pretty cool pen that's been around a while. Very affordable. Got a lot going on for the buck. Then we got the one and only, the Preppy. And a special shout and thank you to Frank from Federalist Pens and Paper for making this possible. Thank you, Federalist Pens and Paper. Now, what I want to talk to you about first is between both pens, I call my workhorse pen. Yes, isn't that freaky? Workhorse pen. So, why? Well, because in my opinion, for me, they write so well. They're very dependable writers. So I was going to pick one of these pens from my workhorse pen, and it was going to be the Preppy. But the Provante also kicked in. So it's kind of a tie for me, okay? Kind of a tie. So let's get into it. The Preppy has been around a while. And this is the newest one with the designs on the barrel. And this one has a fine nib, a nice plastic cap. There's nothing fancy, flashy, nothing like that. And it does come with a cartridge. So you can put a cartridge in it and off you go. Or you can also use a little silicone grease and make it into an eyedropper. And some people have said they put in a converter. Whatever turns your fancy. Now, as we go to the Provante, also, this is a pretty cool pen itself, too. This is also a fine nib. It comes in different colors as well. And what's cool about this is that slip-sip mechanism in the cap so that the nib is not going to dry out. And that's pretty cool. And it writes so well. And it unscrews as well. And you can do the same thing. Put a cartridge in there, converter, or a eyedropper. But also, you can refill any of these two cartridges with your favorite ink if you want to. They are very, very dependable, very affordable. They look good. Yes, they're plastic. So if you lose one, break one, you're not going to lose a lot of money. No, they're not going to break the bank. No, you don't get all the bells and whistles, but then you're not paying for all the bells and whistles as well, right? So I think Frank and Federalist Pens and Paper have a few of these left because they go like hotcakes. Why? Because there are a tremendous fountain pen. They're great fountain pens. That's why I called these guys my workhorse pens. Work. I always carry one with me. Yes, I carry other pens with me, but always these little guys. You know, years ago, I wouldn't have said this about these pens. Why? Well, that was my fault. I just didn't pay attention to it. What the heck? A pen's a pen. But then, I believe it was last year that I really started paying attention to these pens. Okay? And we actually bonded. So, that's a good thing. Pens. So, I thought I shared with you my new workhorse pens. I bet you thought it was going to be a high-end pen, right? Yeah. But you know, my taste changes day to day, week to week. But these little guys have not changed. They really are some really nice, cool little pens. And, you know, if you're the type that's on one of these, you tell yourself, I could only afford this amount for a pen. So you're thinking, let me see here. Which one? I'm not going to spend over $10. I'm not going to get caught going down that rabbit hole. Well, first of all, sooner or later, the rabbit hole is going to eat you up. Yum, yum, eat him up. It's going to get you. We all go through that, right? So, if you're on a budget, bam, here you go. So I know what you're thinking. So Larry, if you had to pick one, which would it be? Preppy. Why? Because I've been using Preppy for a long time. But then this one here is pretty darn close because it's a cool pen. I love the colors. I love that slip seal mechanism up in the cap so it won't dry out your nib. I like the price. I like the looks. I like the feel of both pens. They're cool pens. They're dynamite pens. You can't go wrong with these pens. Use them every day. Use them all day. Refill them with the ink you want, or you can buy platinum inks and Preppy ink cartridges and fill them that way. Whatever turns your fancy, here they are. But first you got to buy them, right? Duh! Well, who is it? Frank? I don't know. How about this guy? That's Franco! Hey, Frank. Yep, that's Frank. And, Frank's making all the pen shows this year, so on Federalist Pens and Paper. So you might want to check out Frank at one of the pen shows. Get to meet him. And I believe his brother Mark, I call him Marky, helps him. They got a lot of cool stuff going on at Federalist Pens and Paper. They have tables and tables and tables of cool stuff. I know something is going to tickle your fancy on their table. And you get to meet Frank and his brother. Good people. Really. Just good people. The kind of people that you've known all your life. So, with that said, let's try to do a little bit of writing. Now, Mr. Announcer's not here today because he's working at school and he won't get here till around 6:30. So I'm kind of doing my own thing like I used to do back old school back in the day. Old school. So let's get to writing and we'll let you see how these babies do. And I'll hold the iPad up. I better turn it around. So I'm going to turn it around. Is that okay? All right, here we go. And that is the back of the back. Boom. Here we go. La, 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 la. And this is the Preppy. Let's see if we can see that here. I'm trying to get everything adjusted right. All right, here we go. There we go. And you can see we'll do it again. Bear with me. I'm doing a horrible job, but at least I'm doing a job. And here we go. That's not going to do it. Nope.